Welcome back to Fox and Friends. First, it is Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton on national security, facing off to prove who would make the best commander-in-chief.
Look at the depleted military. You look at the fact that we've lost our jobs. We're going to take back our country.
View force as a last resort, not a first choice.
So who made the best argument? Here to weigh in, retired Air Force officer Captain Darren Selnick. Thank you first so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So I wanted to ask you off the very top, I mean, what are the characteristics that you look for in a commander-in-chief, and who did you see them in last night?
Well, you know, I'm looking for, as someone who's retired military and who works in the government, I'm looking for leadership. I'm looking for someone who can make hard, good decisions, who listens, who gets the opinion. When you're in the military, what you do as a commander is that you listen to all of your experts and then you make a decision. And so who does that well, and who can I trust, and who do I know that has my back?
So out of the two candidates last night, did you hear that from either one?
Well, you know, I from last night and looking at their track records and the current policies, I have to say that, if there was a job interview, I was looking at these two candidates side by side, I'd have to say that Trump came out better than Hillary Clinton on those characteristics.
Yeah, well, you would agree with a lot of the other military out there. There are a lot of polls rolling around, but this one really sticks out. When asked among our military who they think is most presidential, you look at the numbers, Trump beating Clinton 55% to 36%. What do you think it is specifically about Trump's message right now that is more appealing to our military?
Well, I think it's the combination of Trump's message, but it's 25 years of experience with Hillary. Veterans and current. Remember, the first big military cuts happened when Hillary was First Lady under Bill Clinton, and then under Obama we've had significant cuts. So we've had more missions and less personnel to do it, and the military knows that. And you don't have logistics, you don't have parts, you don't have staff. You're seeing people be ripped. So they know that, and so they look at Donald Trump and they say, what is he going to do? And what they hear from him is someone who has specifics on peace through strength like Reagan, and building the military. And of course it helps to have 88 generals and admirals endorse you as well.
Yeah. One of the other things that we heard from Donald Trump last night was dealing with immigrants, and it's been a hotly debated issue. Last night he said that undocumented immigrants may be able to serve in the military. Listen to this and then I want your response.
Do you believe that an undocumented person who wants to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces deserves to stay in this country legally?
I think that when you serve in the armed forces, that's a very special situation, and I could see myself working that out.
Working it out, possibly. Seems to run counter to some of what he said before. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't know how many people know this, but unless they've changed the law recently, if you're illegally in this country, undocumented, you're not allowed to serve in the United States Armed Forces. That's number one. But if someone happened to get in there because of whatever circumstance, I think if you served our country, then I think that is one of the few exceptions that I would agree with that you would make for being able to stay in our country.
Yeah. All right, Captain Selnick, really appreciate your insight this morning. Thanks for being with us and waking up so early.